Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing great. Welcome to this reading here on this Monday evening. Um, Hope that you guys start trickling in soon. But this is a live message tonight for the different elements. So collective messages based on your elements, if that makes any sense. So with all that said, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you like what you see here. Decide to hit that subscribe button and notification bell, that like button. All you have to do is double tap, which I kind of like that feature. Hey Monique, how are you? Nice to see you here. So with that said, thank you for those of you who have been rocking with your girl for a bit. Welcome back, and thank you for being a continued supporter. Always grateful for you guys for popping in and that wonderful energy exchange that we have here on this channel. Can't do it without you guys. So with all that said, Monique, since you're the first one here, what is your sign? I'm doing it by elements, not by actual zodiac signs, but I'm testing the waters here to see how I might want to do this. So based on whatever your sign is, that's the element I'm going to start with. Since you're here, I don't want to make you wait, like if you're an earth sign, I don't want to make you wait till the very end. Okay, so you're a water sign. So we're going to start, okay? That's the order I was going to do it in anyway. So that works out. All right, so Spirit, I let positive energy into this reading for the collective and their different elemental signs. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Clearest and most accurate messages, please, and thank you. Hey Hillary, how are you? Nice to see you. All right, so let's get a couple of shuffles for the water signs. See what's going on with the water signs to start. As a matter of fact, let me write the timestamp 210. I have to get used to that if I'm going to start doing this. More shuffles. Sign. I don't know why I wanted to say signs. Signs for the signs. Why was I going to say? Messages for the water signs. There we go. Like I said, this is new for me. I haven't done it this way before. So bear with me. I'm so used to just doing regular collectives, but I'm going to see if maybe it might feel more tailored to you guys. All right, so starting out, we have on the bottom of the deck for the water signs, 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. And this is talking about the throat chakra. So there might be something going on with that. Some of you might want to talk to somebody about something, or someone might want to speak to you about something. Not sure yet, but let's see. Hey Abby, how are you? Welcome to the channel. Alright, so what's going on with the water signs? Clearest and most accurate message for the water signs. Pull a card. Thank you. Okay. So we have 1st chakra, Archangel Michael here, along with door to spirit. What I'm picking up from with that, especially because we did see the throat chakra too, some of you guys might be feeling a little bit a sense of maybe like lost in your life right now. Maybe just feeling like you need a little more guidance in something. And right now this might be a time for you to start relying more on, the higher power, whatever you believe in, whether that's God, forms of meditation, prayer, spending time in nature, so on and so forth. Anything that's like outside of yourself that helps you feel a sense of security and balance within your life. We also have 6th chakra here, Archangel Metatron. Some of your chakras might be a little bit out of balance. Let me know if that resonates. Like if any of you guys have been experiencing like headaches, sore throats, might be having issues with the bathroom. That's more of a solar plexus thing, but I'm getting that too for some reason. But yeah, just feeling kind of like out of sorts with something. We have curing connections here on the top of the deck. So maybe again opening that doorway when it comes to building a stronger connection to source is what I'm getting. Yeah, the world. For some of you, it might be after a connection ended, and now like this is a time for you to really kind of get your life back in order, get yourself back into sorts after a period of loss. Let's see. I'm gonna look deeper into this with the tarot. More messages for the water signs. What's going on with the water signs that they need to know at this time? Here's the most accurate messages for the water signs. Alright, so one more shuffle. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. And I mean, you guys are water signs. How ironic is that? Queen of Cups is the element of water. So yeah, really in your emotions right now too, and you know, trying to get your emotions in check, which can make you feel off balance. But yeah, this is definitely a time to just look outside of yourself and outside of your emotions and the experiences you've been dealing with, and being able to again rely on something like, you know, outside of yourself through the form of meditation, prayer. You know, if church is your thing, you know, going to church, whatever works for you. It's going to be different for everybody, so please take the messages as they resonate. But that's what I'm picking up on so far. So what's the past energy for the water signs based on what we're seeing here? There's the most accurate message. See? Hey, Demond, what's up? Tips for meditation. Honestly, meditation is something that anybody could do in any way. And I know that seems like such a cliche answer, but that looks different for everybody. For instance, myself, meditation literally for me could just be sitting in silence. It works for me. It helps me clear my head. For others, it might be music. Music is another form that I use. Being very intentional with, like, you know, breath work and stuff like that. I mean, again, it looks different for everybody. But you know, for some people it's cleaning, you know, anything that brings you a sense of peace of mind and helps you be in the present, in the now, and have a sense of mindfulness really is what I would suggest for trying to find different things when it comes to that. For the past energy, we have Six of Pentacles. So some of you might have felt like you gave yourself too much to a connection. We saw the Curing Connection card, and now we're seeing this, and we got like emotions really worked up here. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands. It's like I heard return on investment. Maybe some of you guys have been hoping, you know, like the amount of energy that you put towards something, you will get something back in the same form. You know what I mean? Hoping and praying that this will be coming towards you while you're putting in all this effort, but possibly feel like you're getting breadcrumbs and not getting what you feel you deserve. And I say that because we do also have the Three of Wands here. So waiting for your ships to sail in. And it's like, okay, when am I going to be able to see the same energy and effort that I've put into other people and other circumstances, whether it's my career, friendships, relationships in my life. So see, throat chakra energy. We saw the throat chakra first card for you guys. So there's something that you guys have been wanting to say to certain people, and you might need to like let some people have it. You know what I mean? For some of you, might be a boss. It's like, you know, it's gonna be different for everybody. It could just be a male figure in your life that might have been like kind of controlling or something like that. It's gonna be different for everybody. But I'm also getting that this has been a time for you to feel like you want to, you know, take control over your own life, right? You're your own boss, making sure that other people aren't running all over you. I'm getting something like that. Hey, Tamasha, how are you? All right, tell us more. So what's the current energy? What's going on currently with the water signs? Nice. Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, this could have something to do with current finance too, or something with family. Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Some of you might have something involved with your own children. The Star. healing. I'm getting maybe healing family ties for some. I'm getting different messages, so bear with me. Healing family ties is one of the things I'm picking up on. Um, Ties with people who you've known maybe since you were very young, like as a child. The Emperor also represents a father figure, so I'm not sure if any of you would resonate with the idea of this having to do with your own father. Let me know if that makes any sense. You have Temperance. Yeah, trying to balance things out, finding peace and harmony and balance within a connection, possibly with family. Some of you might be coming to grips with a loss. I hope that you didn't lose anybody, like a parent or anything like that. But we do have the Five of Cups underneath that Page of Cups. The Magician, King of Wands, the Lovers. Again, it's going to look different for everybody, but there was definitely some type of caring connection that you had that, you might be experiencing a loss with or something along those lines for a lot of you guys who end up resonating with this. What's the likely outcome? Thank you. So we have Three of Pentacles in the reverse. All Pentacles here, by the way. There might be something involving earthly matters, like when it comes like money and things like that, stability. So I was picking up for some of you this could be work related. But again, as you guys learn how to see things past the scope of the 3D stuff that we have, right? We have the 3D shit that we deal with on a daily basis, right? Work and all this stuff. And if you are experiencing anything in the workplace that you're like, okay, I'm kind of over this. Being able to rely on source as a form of strength to get through these circumstances, to help you secure something better that aligns with what it is that you want at this time, because there is going to be a severance of ties some kind of way with this Three of Pentacles in the reverse as a likely outcome. So there's either going to be a severance of ties or there's going to be a continuation of like a disharmony within the circumstances. And you might have some options here with the Seven of Cups, perhaps looking for something new. Yeah, because whatever this is, we got the devil here. So it's like now this is a time to rely on source to help you find something better that is going to align with what it is that you want. And it's time to let go, right? It's time to stop holding on to something that you know no longer serves you. What's the advice here? What's the advice? So yeah, definitely just do some soul searching, talk to spirit, talk to God, whatever you believe in, and just say, hey, I need a little bit of help here. Can you help me figure out what it is that I'm meant to do at this time when it comes to, this earthly matter here, when it comes to finding a sense of stability in my life, because this isn't working for me anymore. Yeah, it's time to let go. That's the advice. The Hanged Man is advice. The Hanged Man is advice. That is the advice. But what I'm saying is the Hanged Man is what they're advising you to do, which is about releasing. They want you to let go. And then we have King of Cups here. So this is definitely your message here, guys. The water signs here. We saw Queen of Cups and we saw King of Cups. So you're letting go and not letting your emotions get the best of you. This is a time to find that sense of stability within yourself. Let your emotions kind of, go to the side a bit. And, even though this is not, head over heart, because that would be an earth sign energy, this is about being stable. So all these pentacles here, almost every card that came out was a pentacle. So that's about, finances and things like that. So, and finding a sense of stability. And ironically enough, that's also what the first chakra is about. Security. Maybe securing your bag. Let's say if any of you guys have been overlooked when it comes to like a promotion or something like that. You've been at a job for a long time. You're like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like, that it's time for you to go. And if it's not finances, perhaps it's a caring connection that you had that is rocky, and that you need to end it and exit out. Either way, There's something that's coming to an end because of a sense of disharmony, but the choice is ultimately yours of how you want to move about the situation, right? So you gotta do what you gotta do for yourself, but they are advising that you walk away, and it does look like this is probably what's gonna end up happening regardless. So yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do for yourself to move forward. That's when you're gonna see things happen and excel in your life that you've been, hoping to see. So we'll pull one more card. Let's see. Let's do. Feel connected to this one, Shaman's Dream. One card from here to close out the water signs message, and then I'm going to move on to the next elements, which will be the fire signs. All right, so when I split the deck, we do have closing door, completion. Yeah, and look, resourcefulness. So for a lot of you, this is definitely about finances for a lot of you. If the messages are resonating, let me know in the comments or by reacting or hitting that like button. One last message for the water signs. What do the water signs need to know at this time? What else do they need to know? Last message. Last message. Great. Adaptability. Woodwives. So this is a time to be adaptable. This is a time to do what's necessary for yourself in order to roll with the punches, roll with the changes. The card that, one of the cards that showed up before had the number 5 on it. You might be seeing the number 5 a lot, but it's all about change, major changes happening. We also have this energy of completion because we saw that too. But the number out here is 64, which adds up to 10, which is definitely a card about completion. So yeah, and we also have, yeah, see, 23 adds up to 5 as well. Let's see, Fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. So there are a lot of things that are about to start to shift and change for you guys based off of the fact that you've been working on becoming more adaptable. I knew this was going to fall on the floor for some reason. This is why I didn't really want to put it there, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, just being adaptable and rolling with the punches. Change happens and change is hard. However, you are capable of hard things. We are all capable of hard things, and when you're not getting what you put into something, when you're not getting that back, you have to do what's best for you. You can't stay in situations in which you're, constantly being, spread thin and, it's just not working, right? So water signs, I hope that message resonated, and we're going to move on to the fire signs. So what time is it? 18:04. All right, so we're going to start the fire signs message. All right, so let's get a message for the fire signs, Spirit. Clearest and most accurate message, please and thank you, for fire signs. Also, if you guys like this new format that I'm trying out, I'm trying to come up with like a schedule or something, and once a week do like elemental readings as opposed to just collectives like I usually do. And I'm going to start incorporating the free readings and stuff again too soon. I'm just trying to figure it all out. But yeah, let me know if this format works for you guys, and if this works out, then eventually I might move into doing individual zodiac signs too, but we'll see. Just testing the water here. All right, so for the hey Gojo, how are you? I hope I said your name right, and thank you for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. All right, so for the fire signs, starting out, we have adjacent possibilities. Okay, nice. 1919 as I looked up. It's like 1010, right? Ending. So you guys might be going through some type of endings too that is going to allow for you to have branch into new opportunities kind of coming your way. I like that. I'm a fire sign, so I would love to see what this guy will say. Ooh, wow, that flew. I don't know if it might be out of frame, but those cards flew out. Like they went phew. Okay, so I'm going to take these. We have Angel of Balance, and we have Healer of the Ages that came out together. Angel of Balance, along with Healer of the Ages. Okay, okay. So I get that you guys meaning fire signs, are trying to just kind of work on, you know, I heard the word restoration. Really working on trying to find a sense of restoration in your life. I'm getting that you guys have really been trying to listen to your bodies more, or are in the process of doing so, so that way you can. I'm getting taking care of your physical vessels. Is what I'm getting. Some of you also might be working on like your mental health too. Let me know if that resonates. For somebody, I'm also getting that you might be working on work-life balance. Let me know if that resonates in the comments. What we got here? Goddess of the Moon on the bottom of the deck. Very intuitive. Very, very intuitive. Action on the top. And Magician in the Mirror. So I feel like you guys are again, very intuitive. Some of you guys might have some hey Jean, what's up? Some of you guys might have some spiritual gifts yourself. Technically I feel like we all do. This is a matter of, you know, if you decide to like utilize them or not, or how you utilize them. But yeah, you guys might be like master manifestors. You might, you know, work with different elements to be able to you know, alchemize the things that it is that you want at this time. But they're definitely calling you guys into action when it comes to pursuing something that you've been wanting to pursue. Not sure what it is yet, but we're going to look deeper into it. You guys have been manifesting. And one of the things you might be manifesting is the idea of finding balance in your life. Sometimes, you know, manifestations don't have to be in these you know, big forms of like, oh, I want to manifest a mansion and stuff. Like sometimes manifestations could just simply mean, you know, wanting to work on releasing your maladaptive behaviors and intrusive thoughts. When I happen to, you know, alchemize or meditate or, you know, manifest things like that, that's one of the things I like to work on. You might be manifesting on having the ability to work on, you know, making better, you know, healthy decisions. You know, that's something I struggle with because, you know, example, I love food, and the foods that I like are not always the most healthy, but I like them. So it's like, you know, give me the ability to be able to withstand my temptation when it comes to eating unhealthy food. You know what I mean? It could be anything, you know. Whatever it looks like for you guys, fire signs. All right, so when I split the deck for the tarot, we do have the Five of Swords and the Two of Swords. So in your head about something possibly, but I'm also getting there's these decisions to be made here. You might have to like surrender and walk away from something that no longer serves you, hence this energy of healing. But we're going to look deeper into what that might look like for you guys. All right, Spirit, what do we need to see for the fire signs at this time? Clearest and most accurate messages. Let's look at the recent past energy. Recent past energy for the fire signs. A couple more shuffles. Let's see, the Hanged Man. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Wands in the reverse here on the bottom of the deck. So there could be like cut off communication, or there could also just be like a lack of enthusiasm when it comes to something. Perhaps, you know, whatever it is that you've been working on when it comes to like this healing process. Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, I really felt burdened. For some of you, it could have been like some type of betrayal that you're healing from. Let's see. Let's look deeper into that. So what's this recent past energy? Recent past energy for the fire signs. All right. We have Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about somebody who's very diligent, very patient. It's basically like the this is the slowest moving energy of the deck, but at the same time, this person is very persistent. They try really hard. They work really hard, but it just takes a very long time for things to kind of happen sometimes. So maybe, you know, there's just, it's like been a long time coming, right? Getting to this point of wanting to work on your healing, finding this sense of balance in your life. Um, Really just, you know, kind of that slow and steady wins the race kind of energy. You might be like planning something. You have the King of Swords here. Yeah, some of you might be like planning something. Two of Swords is here again, which is, you know, about making a choice. Yeah. The Justice in the middle of the deck, which is also about, that literally is the Angel of Balance in that deck. So maybe some of you guys had to like learn a karmic lesson that took a while for you to, you know, yeah, it could be that. You had to learn a karmic lesson that, you know, was hard, right? It was painful. You didn't really want to accept things for what it really was, but then you realized, yeah, that's what it is. You had to keep on kind of going through the same obstacle over and over for you to kind of finally see what the real result is, which is not going to go anywhere. It's going to remain stuck unless you decide to move forward. Got the Six of Swords here, which is about, you know, moving to, you know, calmer waters in your life after a period of, you know, feeling really, really stuck in the same shit over and over again, stuck in a rut. Yeah, Two of Wands, choices. You ultimately made the choice to work on your healing process with the Star here. Yeah, finding that sense of strength and courage within yourself to do so with the Strength card. All right, tell us more. What's the current energy here for the fire signs? And again, if friends, keep in mind a couple of things. One, each reading that I'm doing right now is for the elements, but some of these will resonate with you as well, because depending on what's in your chart, you know, I have a bunch of stuff in my chart. So a lot of times when I watch these kind of readings, I resonate a lot with like the air sign stuff, sometimes even more than the fire sign stuff, because I happen to have a lot of air in my chart. So, you know, you might resonate with different aspects of these readings and be like, damn, which one was I supposed to watch? It could be like that. Keep that in mind, and just, yeah, be mindful of the fact that also, this is my first time doing it in this format on here. I've done it like on Facebook before, but I haven't done it on here yet, so this is a little bit new for me. So, you know, I'm just testing the waters out right now. So if you guys do end up resonating with these messages, let me know in the comments, or you can react, or you can hit that like button. All that stuff will be very helpful. So what's going on with the fire signs when it comes to their current energy? Clearest, most accurate. Look at that. See, this is you guys. Well, some of you guys anyway. For those of you who might have Sagittarius in your chart. But yeah, you're finding that sense of peace and harmony and balance in your life. And this is coming after a period of having to release, letting go, surrendering. And it might have been a hard choice to make. It was a long time coming for some of you. Some of you really had to go through this for a while to get to this point, to be able to say, okay, enough's enough. I have to do what's best for myself. I'm getting some of you guys have been doing a lot of research about whatever it is that has been kind of going on in your life. So for instance, looking up things like healthier options when it comes to things for your body. If you're really working on like maybe like a love and self-care kind of regimen, or healthier choices. I'm getting something like that. If you've been like doing research on, I'm getting different things. Some people might be doing research on finding like a therapist, which I commend you for that, because if you went through a really, really hard and traumatic experience, sometimes, you know, we need that type of help. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm getting something along those lines, doing a lot of research, and just like, you know, some people might be trying to get more into their spirituality and doing research on that, try to figure more stuff out about that. I'm getting something like that. Let me know. I said like that like 50 million times. Looking towards the higher power, because that also showed up for the water signs. trying to just, you know, pinpoint what works for you. It's going to look different for everybody. You got Queen of Wands, that's y'all energy there too, right? You know, standing in your power and being able to say, you know what, I can do this. Again, I can do hard things. You know, finding that sense of peace and balance within yourself and in your life is hard, especially when we're talking about a period after a period of having to do a lot of self reflection, working on self. But you're doing it, and that's the most important part, right? Yeah, standing your ground, protecting yourself. Seven of Wands there. You know, standing up for yourself, standing your ground for what you believe in order to work on this sense of healing. Wow. All right. Let's get a likely outcome. Likely outcome. Eight of Pentacles. I like that. So the Eight of Pentacles is about hard work and dedication. It's about mastering craft, working really hard at fine-tuning something. And with what I'm seeing here, I'm getting this is more so about internal, inner work more than anything. Not necessarily getting that this is about the workplace per se. For some of you it could be, but I'm getting more about that internal work. Not so surface level, like more of that deep diving of what it is that you could be doing for yourself to find this sense of healing. Excuse me. Laying down the burdens. Hey sis, what's up, girl? Laying down the burdens, right? Those heavy burdens that you've carried for too long. Yep, and again, standing your ground as you do so. Protecting yourself. Self-preservation is what I just heard. Yeah, look, the sun is here, which is Leo energy, which is a fire sign. And the way that the deck kind of split, I'm going to see what this was underneath that. Ooh, nice. Okay. The way that the deck split. Some of it could be about finances, but others it could just be, I'm kind of getting like the hand of the Most High, you know, rewarding you for all of your hard work and dedication. You know, you've been doing all that inner work, and they're like, here you go. We see what you've been doing. You know, don't think that this has, you know, just been, you know, just something they've just been doing, you know, all willy-nilly and nothing's gonna come of it. They're letting you know you will be reaping benefits and rewards for your hard work and dedication to your growth journey is what I'm getting there. Any advice for the fire signs? Peace and hot grease. I love it. Alright. So the advice is don't wallow in your misery. That's what I'm getting here. Hi Michael, how are you? Don't wallow in your misery with this Four of Cups here. Because again, as I just said, I feel like the Most High, they're offering this to you. Don't be stuck on these other three cups that you feel are empty or don't provide you with what it is that you're looking for, so on and so forth. Understand that you will reap the benefits and rewards of all of the hard work and dedication that you've been putting into yourself at this time. Rest assured. And look, so we had the Magician and the Mirror, and now we also have the Magician here again. Two different decks. So you guys are definitely alchemizing, and I'm getting like also transmuting. Definitely about transmutation. And you know, for those of you who resonate with this having to do with possibly a past relationship that this didn't go well and you had to learn some, you know, hard karmic lessons and stuff, love will possibly even come around the block at some point. Two of Cups here. That's going to be different for everybody, so please take the messages as they resonate. If that's something that you've been trying to manifest as you work on this healing journey, it will come in divine timing. But there's some stuff that you still have to work on from the past. Perhaps it's the past relationship that, you know, kind of did peek its head in this reading briefly. But otherwise, it could just be the things from the past in general that you know, are being called to keep on working on at this time. We're going to get one last message for the fire signs, and we're going to move on to air. hope that you guys are enjoying this. This is different for me. I haven't done it this way before on here, so I hope that you guys are getting a message out of it. Keep in mind that, you know, some messages you might resonate with more than others based on your placement. So, you know, you might resonate with all the readings if you stick around. And some might, you know, be more resonant than others. So, you know, take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest behind. So we have overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. That's that Ace of Pentacles we saw. It's also giving me like an Ace of Cups vibe too. Like, I heard plentiful. If you're focusing on what you don't have, or you feel like you don't have, when the hand of the Most High is trying to give you something else, don't miss out on your opportunities or block those blessings, right? You know, you're about to be rewarded with so much positive shit because of the hard work that you've put into this. So definitely keep that in mind. You might be seeing the number 7 a lot. Let me know if that resonates. Like 777. 777 93 11. I cannot seem to say that number without singing that song. But anywho. Oh, look. I didn't even know that was there. I'm telling you, as I said, you might be seeing the number 7 a lot. And the reason why I said that is because the number in here is 43. So, and now 7 is on here. I'm just saying. So we have sacred contract, covenant. So you might be signing some type of document possibly. Or it could just be, you know, saying that, you know, signing a sacred document with yourself, you know, never allowing anybody to step on you and mistreat you ever again. You know what I mean? Something like that. Really standing true to that. Oh my God, guys, you really have to be seeing the number 7 a lot. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Even your ancestors are on your side. Look, what's the number on there? 34. We have 43 on that first card, 7 on this one, and then now we have 34. 777. Wow, holy shit. That's also good fortune. Holy smokes. And then we have, wow, I just got goosebumps. And then we have unmarked trail, revelation. Wow. That's crazy. And the thing is, you're being guided throughout this healing journey. And even your ancestors are in on it. They're like, look, we got your back. Everything's going to be fine. So even when things don't feel like they're going to be fine, things tend to have a way of working themselves out. So all this hard work and dedication that you've put into your journey thus far, it's going to all come together. And, you know, it's going to come together in some unexpected ways. It's going to look different for everybody. But rest assured, all that hard work will pay off. All right, so with that said, fire signs, I hope you resonated with that. So we're going to move on now to the air signs, which is, here's put it at 38 minutes even. Make my life easier. All right, so air signs, let's see what's going on with you guys. Make sure I don't forget to do these timestamps later when I post this. All right, so here's the most accurate message for air signs. Here's the most accurate messages for the air signs. I did water first, Lottie. Yeah, it was a pretty good one too, so you want to check that out later. Alright, one more shuffle. Alright, 2 more, I guess. Spirit told me to do 2. Bottom of the deck. Goddess of the Moon is here again. Saw that for the fire signs. But yes, on the bottom of the deck we have Goddess of the Moon again. Some of you guys might be very, very intuitive. But yeah, very intuitive. Some of you guys might like to work with the moon cycles when it comes to like manifestations and things like that. Some of you might do like the whole like moon water thing. I personally have never done that, but I've thought about doing that. Like during moon cycles, getting water, like if it rains or something, and things like that. Some people charge their crystals, and they're in different moon phases. I'm getting a whole bunch of different messages, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so let's see what we got for the air signs. They told me to say all that though. Interesting. What we got for air? Ooh, okay, I like it. I like it like that. Cornucopia. Yeah, seeing the fruit of your labor coming together. I like that for the air signs. Okay. I wonder what that's going to be hitting for. Ironically enough, I started the air sign message at, or the timestamp I wrote is 38 minutes, which adds up to 11, and the number on there is 11. So just saying, putting that out there. We have Angel of Strength here. Test of your, I heard a test of your wits is what I just heard, but we're really talking about a sense of, strength, courage, resilience, journey. Some of you guys might be getting ready to travel or have moved recently or about to move. Interesting. Or it could just be, figuratively, like it's been a long time coming, waiting for, the fruit of your labor to come in. There might be some overlaps of some of these readings, by the way, because of the fact that you guys are in the same collective. So like between having different stuff in your chart and being in the same collective, keep in mind that some of the stuff might end up overlapping a little bit. But yeah, look, Goddess of the Moon is here again in the middle of the deck. Okay, nice. Well, let's see what's been going on with you guys. Let's look at the tarot. Yeah, I heard balancing act. You got Two of Pentacles. So some of you guys might have been like weighing the pros and cons of something. We have the Magician here. So some of you guys have been possibly like weighing the pros and cons of something, trying to make a decision, going back and forth like, some of you guys might be trying to find a sense of, I heard resourcefulness. Some of you guys might be trying to find a sense of financial stability. I don't know if any of that makes sense or resonates. I'm getting a few different messages there, but definitely getting an idea of or energy of going back and forth with maybe a decision or something to be made. As you work on manifesting the things that it is that you've been working really hard to go towards. Though sometimes what happens is, how they say, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. It could be something like that. So it's like you're trying to make sure you make the right decision so it doesn't deter you off of your path when it comes to the things that you have been wanting and working really hard towards. This is what I'm kind of getting for some of you. All right, let's look deeper into this one more shuffle. The Star. Nice. That's Aquarius energy there. So some of you might have Aquarius in your chart, but I'm also just getting this energy of you guys have been remaining very hopeful when it comes to this part of your journey. Some of you guys might be in the, in the limelight to an extent, or just, very like popular when it comes to something that you do. Like it could even be in the workplace. Like let's say if people come to you a lot for like advice about how to do something, you're just like really good at your job and people always come to you. I'm getting something like that. But I'm also getting just this energy of mostly remaining optimistic and hopeful for like a bright future. I'm getting a bunch of different messages, so bear with me. We have the Strength here. We saw the Strength before in the other deck. So again, courage, resilience to go towards the things that it is that you've been wanting. For some of you, it could be love. Knight of Cups here in the middle of the deck. All right, let's see more about what's going on here. What is going on with not the collective, with the air signs? What's going on with the air signs? Recent past energy. The Magician is out officially on the spread. So you guys have been manifesting, working really hard on a manifestation, alchemizing. And this has been heavy. It's been hard. Ten of Wands is here on the bottom of the deck. So it's, it's been taking some time to get there, right? The Moon. So we have the Goddess of the Moon, and now we have the Moon here. So I'm getting intuition, but I'm also getting like maybe for some of you, there could be like fears and anxieties. And maybe that's why there's the indecisiveness there. Like, again, is this really what I want? Am I doing the right thing? I'm getting something like that. Like, is this really the fruit of my labor, if you will? Like, is this really what I've been like hoping and wishing for? When I had looked up, it was 44 up there. You might be seeing a number 4 a lot, or a number 8, the tower. So for some of you guys, you have this tower here. So like a lot of major arcana here, by the way. So this is a pivotal point for a lot of you air signs who are resonating. A lot of burdens, right? And just trying to get in transmutation too, like trying to transmute the energy of the things that have happened, and trying to keep a sense of hope within yourself when it comes to, you know, again, the fruit of your labor coming together. You know, it's gonna happen for sure, but it's just like, you know, again, is this really what I've been asking for? Is this it in the flesh? Like, wow, this is, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just maybe. And if, okay, I'm getting another message too. For some of you, if this is about love, let's say if you've been on a hiatus when it comes to dating for a while, and now you're like kind of scared to put yourself 808 when I just looked at my own Fitbit. If you've been afraid of dating, and now you're just like, okay, I'm scared to put myself back out there. Should I not? They're like, all of this work that you've been doing, because I do feel like some of you guys had to work on healing. You might resonate with the fire reading. You laid down those burdens. Yeah, some of you guys went through like some type of major betrayal. Well, that's underneath that 10 of wands, but that stuff is over. Yeah, everything is fine. Look, this is the equivalent of that card, but in the reverse. They're right underneath each other. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. It's literally the same card. Or like, yeah, you don't need to worry about that anymore. Everything is fine. Might not always feel that way, but yeah. The lovers, choices, right? Major choices that had to be made to get to this point. All right. What's going on currently with the air signs? And again, if the messages are resonating with you, let me know in the comment section, or you can hit that like button, send some reactions, so on and so forth. If you're new, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. If you like this format, let me know in the comment section as well. That will let me know if I should continue with doing this maybe weekly. Okay, we got the Ace of Swords. Breakthrough energy. You guys, this is what's happening right now. You guys are finding that sense of, again, a breakthrough, but I'm also getting a sense of truth. Your own truth, living your truth, and understanding what that means for you when it comes to honoring what it is that you want. And that's why that sense of being decisive and being concrete is so important right now, because you want to make sure that you're not, just, going back to old habits, or, asking for the wrong things or entertaining the wrong things. Yeah, because for a long time, perhaps that is something that you have done. Hi, how are you, girl? Nice to see you. Welcome to the reading. But yeah, kind of releasing those chains that bound you, right? Using that sword to cut that shit out. Yep, closure. The world here. So successful completion. Mind you, almost every card that has showed up in this reading so far, whether it be on the actual spread or not, almost all of them have been major arcana. So this is major breakthrough energy for you guys. Yeah, look, Emperor. Taking charge with authority over your life as you live your truth. Like, who's the boss? I'm the boss. The boss of your own life, right? All right, tell us more. What's the likely outcome here? Likely outcome for the air signs. We got 2 cards. We got the 7 of Wands, which is about standing your ground. Not taking anybody's bullshit. If they try to come at you all sideways or something while you're working on the things that you're working on, this is what you're working towards. You got this Wheel of Fortune here. You're like, absolutely not. Nobody's gonna rain on my parade and mess up what I've worked so hard towards. Absolutely not. No, thank you. Yep, you're protecting that at all costs with this Nine of Wands here, right? And again, it's been a long time coming, right? There's a sense of resilience here. There's a sense of, preservation, protection, keeping your guard up, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, right? As long as, you're doing it for the, the right reasons, of course. Sometimes we, are overly protective and, we think everybody's out to get us. We get paranoid and shit. Don't do that. But in the cases where it's about protecting, yourself when it comes to everything that you've worked so hard on, keeping your peace, maintaining your peace, speaking your truth, living in your truth, after all those karmic lessons and shit, that scale is balancing, baby. And so we got this, which is the 11, and we had the 11 as the first card out. Just saying. 11, baby, make a wish. But yes, this is, I feel like, this is how you're going to be rewarded for all of your hard work too, with the Six of Pentacles here. Reaping what you've sown. Even though that's more like the Seven of Pentacles energy, but I'm still getting that even here. Generosity. You're gonna get something for all the hard work that you've put in. Nice. Any advice for the air signs? Advice for the air signs. Hey, Rainy Man, what are you doing? Had a nice nap? Yeah. That looks officially out. Six of Pentacles here as the advice. So they're like, I'm kind of getting this energy of, getting a couple of messages for that to be the advice piece. One, I'm getting kind of, make sure that you always give to yourself in some kind of way. Reward yourself for all of your hard work. I'm also getting, make sure that you're mindful of how much effort you put into other people, which did show up in one of the other readings earlier, so you might resonate with that message. But yeah, making sure that you're very, very, concrete about how you expend your energy and give of yourself is what I'm kind of getting with that. Understanding the importance of reciprocity, equal give and take. The Hierophant is here. So I'm kind of getting also this energy of making sure that, things that you allow into the flow of your life. And ironically enough, my girl Lati was just talking about being in flow. I believe was it yesterday? No, it couldn't have been yesterday. I was at work yesterday, so it must have been Saturday. Being in that flow like state to be able to, be able to welcome in something and also give, right? That give and take. I'm getting, when it comes to your value system, that needs to be of big importance, making sure that those within your life, whether it's people, work, so on and so forth, they need to line up with your core values and belief system, is what I'm getting. Yeah. But just know that you have successfully completed this part of the phase, and now you're about to receive a lot of beautiful blessings coming your way because you worked hard at that. You worked hard to get here. And there will be people who might come and try to fuck it up. Five of Wands. Creating conflict and her conflict of interest. Trying to create conflicts and stuff. Don't let them. And you'll know who or what those situations are. Even if it's something within yourself. Sometimes it could be an internal conflict too. It doesn't always have to be external. Trying to figure out, how you move about the situation. Remember, we were talking, that was the first energy that we saw as my Fitbit is going crazy. That was the first energy that we kind of picked up on, was this idea of you're going back and forth about something, right? And that could be it. It could be that internal conflict of, okay, is this, like, do I even, like, you might even be asking yourself, do I even deserve this? Absolutely you do. Because you worked at it, you worked hard at it, and now you're about to reap the benefit of all of that hard work and dedication you put towards it. Just saying. So with that said, I hope that the air signs got something out of that, and I hope that was helpful. So love y'all. Love all of you guys, and thank you for being here. Even like for those of you who already saw your element pop up and you're still here. grateful for you. Thank you for tapping in. So last but not least, we are going to move into the earth signs. 5450. All right, earth signs. Last but not least, we're going to start looking into your energy. What's going on with the earth signs? And again, if you guys are enjoying, you're welcome, Hillary. If you guys are enjoying this format, I think I'm going to try to start doing this like once a week as an energy check-in for you guys with looking into the elements as opposed to just doing collectives all the time, and try to, you know, mix it up a little bit. So if you guys are enjoying this format, let me know in the comment section. Or if you haven't done so already, hit that like button. It'll let me know that, you know, you guys like it, send some reactions, so on and so forth. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to serve you guys. So I want to make sure that if I'm doing this, it's, you know, beneficial. You guys like it. All right, a couple more shuffles, and then we're going to look into the earth energy. Earth sign energy. All right. We have woman holding a heart. So there could be a matter of the heart kind of at play here for some of the earth signs who end up resonating with this message. Not sure what it's about just yet, but we're going to tap into that energy and see what's going on. All right. So for the earth signs, what is the overarching theme here for the earth signs? What do they need to know at this time for their highest good, Spirit? Where's the most accurate? Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the feedback. Ooh, two. All right. What we got? Indecision. It's funny because the cards went like that. One fell on the table and the other one fell on the floor. All right, indecision was what fell on the floor, and then we have Angel of Strength in the reverse. Now, originally when that card came out for another reading, it was in the upright, so that card definitely wanted to come out that way. So I'm gonna take it. I'll show you the cards, but we do have, like I said, Angel of Strength in the reverse, and it came out with indecision. So I'm getting that some of you guys might be having a hard time with, obviously, a decision to be made. Part of the reason why it might be so hard to make this decision is because it's like a battle of, I'm getting something more internal than anything. And then we did have that woman holding a heart energy. So this could be something that has to do with that. Something that's near and dear to your heart that's making it difficult for you to make a decision. We're going to look deeper into that. All right. Financial constraints is on the bottom of the deck. Maybe it's a career choice, career path. Maybe you've been at a job for a long time and you like the job, but maybe you're not getting the money that you need out of it or something. Or there could be something that is pulling on you. It might not be like literally financially. It could be like Five of Pentacles kind of energy where it's like you feel impoverished because something is depleting you energetically. Getting like energy vampire vibes. We're going to look deeper into this and see. First chakra, Archangel Michael, which is about feeling a sense of stability. So for some of you, it could be actual finances. It's finances. I'm picking up on more than one message, but I think that's going to be the main thing for most people. Woman holding a coin, which is interesting because that is your energy technically. Yeah, it's like I'm getting something like, if it doesn't make sense, like money, if it don't make sense, then it's bullshit. And you're learning now that perhaps you have to make a choice here. Head over heart in a way, you know, because money talks and bullshit walks. You know, if they're trying to say sweet nothings to you to stay at a job or something, you're not happy there or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure where this is going yet, but we're going to see. Page of Pentacles. So you guys might be looking for a new job or something like that. And the Hierophant. But the thing is, you want something that's going to align with your core values. Something I'm getting there. Let's see. We're gonna look deeper into this. All right. So Spirit, what do the earth signs need to know when it comes to this energy here? What is the recent past energy for the earth signs. I just saw Ace of Pentacles. Clearest and most accurate messages. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Okay. So when I was shuffling, I saw the Ace of Pentacles as well. So, and I think that might be where the disconnect is. It's like there might be something that brings you a lot of joy in terms of what you, if this is finances, because I feel like this is what it is. I feel like it's a career thing. For those of you who are resonating, hear me out. I feel like there might be something that you do in terms of a career, but the money just isn't there or something like that. And it's like, and that's where the indecision comes in, because you need something that's going to be able to not only bring joy to your heart, but also can sustain you, which is hard because let's say if you're in like a caring field or something like that. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm an assistant teacher and we don't get paid shit. So it's like most of us have to work second jobs or do like a side hustle of some sort. In fact, of the people that I work with, the majority of us all have a second job and or have like a spouse or something like that. So therefore, you know, those who have like a spouse or whatever, or living boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, you know, they might not have to worry as much. But for those that are single, yeah, most of them are either struggling really bad or they have a second job. So let me know if that resonates for any of you. Three of Cups. Six of Wands. I also heard caddy. I'm not sure if any of you guys have been dealing with something within the workplace where it's like things have just been catty with some of the staff or something like that, causing like a hostile work environment type of thing. I'm getting something like that too. We're gonna look deeper into this though, because I'm getting a lot of different messages and it's gonna be different for everybody. So I just want to, you know, dive deeper into what this might be. Okay, so I was about to ask, what is the recent past energy? All right, got the Lovers. Makes sense. That's about major choices, along with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's definitely about your finances and stuff, right? You're trying to figure out what is the best choice to make when it comes to, I just heard the word elevating your finances. It's like, you know that you're in terms of your capabilities and things like that, you're well worth what it is that you might want when it comes to what you're asking for financially. If you're making any demands or anything like that. But again, it's not showing up in your paychecks. Fuck that shit. I don't blame you at all for feeling the way that you're feeling, especially as an earth sign. Like that's literally what you guys are. Y'all are about your money. Y'all don't play. See, look, Ace of Cups is here again. Everything is fine. It's basically the equivalent of 10 of Swords in the reverse. So, you know, that light at the end of the tunnel in a way after a period of a lot of disappointments, pain. Yeah, the Magician, you're trying to manifest something. I think you guys are manifesting a new job, but you're scared to move forward or something like that. That's what I'm picking up on. Let me know if it resonates, though, in the comment section or with your reactions. Like the reading if you haven't done so already. All right, so what's going on currently? If that's the recent past, what's going on currently? Oh man, I get it, guys. If it is about moving on from a job and you've been there for a while, or you have a strong connection to it, that's not an easy decision to make. It's not. But you know, in this day and age, you know, we have to make sure we have jobs that also take care of us financially. We can't stay at jobs just because we love the job and we love what we do. Because realistically speaking, that's not that sense of love for the job is not going to sustain you, right? We have bills to pay. So we have the Sun here. So far, you guys have all major arcana, by the way. The Sun, yeah, you're trying to work on your happiness. Like, what makes you happier? You know, that's also about like fertility. It's about abundance. Yeah. Nine of Swords. You guys might be losing sleep about this shit. Trying to figure it all out. Like, damn. What am I... the right side of my nose is starting to itch, which is representing future energy. It's like you're like, what comes of this? Like, if I decide to move on from this place that I have this sense of, I heard the word indebted. Like, you feel indebted to this place. Like, you maybe, like, again, you put a lot of time and effort possibly. Or, like, if, like, you know, let's say, again, I keep getting helping field for somebody. Like, if you're like a nurse or teacher, counselor, drug and alcohol counselor, a mentor, like I'm getting something like that. Somebody who might work like in the field of like nonprofit organizations. I'm getting stuff like that, human services type shit. Again, anybody who has ever worked in that field, we know that there is no money there. That's why I went to one of the things I went to school for. I have not my degree is not in it, but my certificate is. And I was supposed to do like drug and alcohol counseling. Guys, there's no money there. There's like, if you ever look at like those like the Indeed posts and stuff, literally they're asking for master's degrees in like social work and shit like that, and want to know how much you're paying these people? 45,000, maybe 50 if they're lucky. Are you serious? Like, how the fuck are they even supposed to pay off their damn student loans with that shit? That's a whole different conversation. But there's really no money involved. See, emotions are involved in this. Because we saw a woman holding a heart. Now we got the Queen of Cups, same energy. So you guys are, you know, definitely like, you know, even though we don't see necessarily, you know, air or head energy, you are in your head because you're trying to figure out how can you be in your pocket. But also and make, you know, that type of decision, something that's wise in terms of your finances, but you're also wanting to do something that, you know, helps you feel good intrinsically. I can see the disconnect for sure. Yeah, look, you can't make this shit up. King of Cups and Queen of Cups. Shit. Yeah, getting those hormones in balance, you know, because that's literally what the King of Cups is. The King of Cups is somebody who's able to meet in the middle. He has mastered the ability to be able to use his emotion and his logic and blend them together in order to make sound decisions. That's what the King of Cups is able to do, that the Queen of Cups cannot. Very interesting. But yeah, you guys definitely just want to be happy, right? In your career. It makes a lot of sense to me. All right, let's get the likely outcome. Two cards that came out. Yep. Got it. So we have the Three of Wands that came out, which is about waiting for your ships to sail in. It's about being patient, leaving things behind. Some of you actually might be physically moving. That could also be part of your indecision as well. Hi, Rennie Ren. That could be a part of the indecision too, leaving things behind, because that's always a hard thing to do. For those of you who might be moving, you might even be getting ready to move like to a coastal area. Let me know if that resonates with anybody. But otherwise, yeah, you're just like kind of leaving things behind. You might be planning something when it comes to, you know, either a move or this career transition, because we also have the Ace of Wands here, which is about a creative spark. It's about doing something new and different, especially when it comes to like, you know, career opportunities. Taking that, even though the Fool is not out here, I'm getting like taking a leap of faith and trying something new. This might be something that will allow for you to, like, if you're looking into new job prospects, this might be something that will allow you to have more creative control over something for some of you. Getting something like that. But this is going to be something that will allow for that spark to come back when the opportunity does present itself. Seven of Wands is here. I think it showed up for at least 3 of the sign or 3 of the elements already. As one of the parts that showed up. Really just standing your ground and what it is that you really want for yourself, because, you know, you have to make sure you do what's best for you. We have the Tower here as well. We saw the Tower, I think it was for the air signs, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, things are definitely going to get shaken up. And I do feel like this is going to be a good tower moment. Not every tower moment is bad. Sometimes it just kind of shakes things up, and it's going to, I feel like something might happen at work or something like that, for those of you who are resonating with that being what's happening here. Something's going to shake up everything where you're going to have no choice but to make a finalized decision and say, it's time to move on from here. Think of it like this. The tower is almost like the hand of God shaking shit up and saying, you know what? Think of like the Etch-a-Sketch. Like, when you shake it and your whole or a magnet doodle, and the whole drawing that you just had, that you just made, is all shaken up and it's just gone, and they gotta start from scratch. That's basically what the hand of God is doing in the tower moment. Like, oh, you don't want to make the decision for yourself, you want to keep staying in this indecisive energy and not doing what you need to do, and we're pushing and nudging you to do it. Okay, bet. Cool, we'll do it for you. And then you have no choice. The choice is like kind of taken out, because they're like, we're trying to give you these new opportunities that are presenting themselves or about to present themselves, but you have to make a decision, a hard decision, but you have to make a decision. Yeah. And that decision is going to be to hopefully release the heaviness that has been holding you back, holding you down. Some of you might have fire in your chart somewhere. Let me know if that resonates. But yeah, because I'm seeing like a lot of fire energy here too. Possibly Leo for somebody. But what is the advice for the earth signs? Right, Hillary. New adventure. I'm feeling this for you guys. I know it seems scary, but I think that you guys are more than capable, and you will find something. From what I'm seeing here, you're gonna find something that's going to not only resonate when it comes to the money. Thank you, King of Pentacles, baby. Not only when it comes to the money, as I'm talking about it, it's not only gonna be about that, but it's also going to be something that's going to actually feel rewarding, and you're going to feel a lot happier. We have the Judgment here, so practice your best judgment. Follow where you're being guided, because you're definitely being led down a new path, and you're going to have to surrender. Five of Swords, you got to let go, you got to surrender, walk away, hold your head high when you do it. But look, for the third time, Ace of Cups is here. So I'm just saying, this is something that's not only going to be lucrative, but it's also going to bring happiness to your life. They're letting you know. This might not be the easiest decision to make, but this is that time to do what's best for you. All right, so let's get one last card for the earth signs. And that'll be the end of this. And I'm happy that you guys stuck around. I hope you enjoyed it. Some of you guys gave me some feedback and said that you do like this format. And I'm going to start to implement this like weekly. And I'm just trying to, think of other ideas of things that I can do. Whether it's themes for different days or something. I'm trying to think of something. But I'm always grateful for the crowd's engagement and whatnot. You guys definitely are helpful when it comes to that, and helping me keep the momentum going and wanting to keep going with it. I love this card for you guys. Netcaster. Preparations come to fruition. Wow. Yes. So you guys, this is a sense of preparedness for you guys. You're right now, you're in the midst of getting things together as you make these decisions, right? And as you make the decisions necessary to move forward, and that's this energy here, right? You're preparing, you're planning, right? Three of Wands. You're preparing for these things to come together, but they're going to. Some of you actually might resonate with the air message too. But yeah, there's definitely some nice stuff coming in. So in particular, a career path that's going to actually align with what it is that you've been wanting to do, and also be lucrative at the same time. Can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Look, what's on the bottom? You got the Wheel of Fortune and Fortune's Wheel. Luck and the right timing. And I think that was in the other reading too. So you might resonate with that. Top of the deck. Will of the Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Yeah, exactly. Not knowing what's going to be on the other side of all of this, but there's some positive shit happening here for sure. And that's why I was saying, like, that tower moment that might end up happening where it's going to shake everything up and you're going to be like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's going to make it where you have no choice but to go in that new direction. And there's going to be something awesome coming out on the other side of that. So rest assured, everything will work itself out. And again, you will have this career choice that's going to lead to not just happiness, but a sense of lucrativeness too, if that's even a word. I think it is. Empty well, time to replenish. So they also want you to take care of yourself. You might be missing out on sleep or something like that. So, you know, the stress that might come from making this decision, might be having some like anxieties and things like that about it. But again, it's okay. Get some rest. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're eating and all that stuff. Just sit down and, you know, come up with some ideas and plans and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, ask yourself, okay, what is it that I want to do when it comes to, you know, this career advancement? You know, do I still want to do what I even do currently, or do I want to maybe venture out and look into something new? Do I want to open a business? Some of you guys might be wanting to start a business or something like that. And that could be a part of the reason why you're fearful too, because you're like, I don't want, like, there could be like a fear of failure or something involved. You know, and like being inactive and not making a decision at all might seem safer because you're like, oh, well, if I never tried, then I never failed. But, you know, nothing ventured is nothing gained either. Speaking to the I'm preaching to the choir right now because I'm definitely talking to myself. But seriously, so some of y'all might resonate with that. So with all that said, I appreciate all of you guys for being here and tapping in, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm going to try to implement this like maybe once a week, like a little weekly check-in to see how you guys are doing and stuff like that, and we all need to know, so on and so forth. And I, like I said, I greatly appreciate the feedback and stuff like that. And yeah, so I'm actually gonna go on again in a few minutes. Give me like maybe 10 minutes or so, just to like use the bathroom and cleanse and stuff like that. But I'm going to go on again, and this next reading is going to be a little bit more, I guess we could say, entertaining. We did a lot of deep messages lately, so we're going to, you know, dial it back a little bit and do something a little more scandalous styling. We're going to look into like what's the tea kind of stuff, behind the scenes kind of shit, see what kind of stuff y'all need to know when it comes to haters or weird energy around you that you're trying to figure out but can't quite understand it. So we're going to look into that. That's going to be the next reading. So like I said, give me about 10, maybe 15 minutes. I'm thinking about 10. And I'll be back shortly, and we're going to dive into that and see what's going on. So yeah, it's time to get nosy. So I love you guys, and until next time, which is like in about 10 minutes, I'll see y'all soon. Mwah.